What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another video. And this specific article, this news article, I kind of missed it. It was late yesterday, I guess, that this happened, and I don't know what happened. It kind of slipped through the cracks through mainstream media. I think NBC reported on it. And I'm sure that more people are going to report on it, more organizations, more newspapers or YouTube leftist YouTubers. And the reason behind it is because, as you can see, it's the title says Ohio sheriff says to write down addresses of Harris supporters. Now that sounds bad because they're framing it in a certain way with their headline, right? This is a local media outlet, so I figured I'd go with them. But even they are framing it in a way to make it seem like the sheriff is saying, all right, we're gonna get him back if Harris wins. But that's not what he said, and we're gonna get into that article to see what he said. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'd love to have you be the newest member of the flock. The flock is for life, so come join us. We'd love to have you fly with us. You know what I'm saying? The air is for everyone. Now let's get into this, because I am sure that the left is going to use this as a way of saying, you see, Donald Trump supporters are racist. Let me explain something to you. Something that you probably already know and you probably already agree with, if you're watching me, right? I have absolutely zero problem with legal immigration. But when you come over here illegally, you're skipping a huge line, and I understand that there's a huge line. My grandparents had to wait it. They waited in Mexico. They escaped Cuba. They went, yes, illegally to Mexico because they had to, and the United States wouldn't accept them. And then they eventually got into the United States. I'm not saying that going illegally to Mexico was the right thing to do either, because Mexico has sovereignty too. But there, if there's an excuse, they were escaping communism. The people in Ohio, the Haitians, they're escaping poverty, and I understand it. I totally do. I really do. But these illegal immigrants are going to these cities, man, and they're flooding them. And just think, Springfield, Ohio had a population of around 40,000, and then 20,000 illegal immigrants from Haiti came. Think about that for a second. I live in a pretty small town right now. I moved from Miami. Of course, I'm a Cuban. I came from Miami, right? But in Miami, huge town, I think now it's like 5 million people in the entire county. A lot of people. Not as much as New York, obviously, or something like that, but it's a lot of people. And dude, I came up here to an area around Orlando, a small little town, and when I moved here, there was like 9,500 people. And now it's like 19,000 people 7 years later. Not happy about that. But my small town has grown, but it's still not even 20,000 people. Now imagine if 5,000 immigrants from Haiti came. That's it. This small town would be destroyed. We're not ready for that. And in no way, in no logistical level are we ready for it. In no practical level are we ready for it, because we wouldn't be able. We need to grow little by little, adjusting the city, any city, and obviously I'm speaking about my own town, but any city needs to grow little by little, adjusting to the needs of its citizens as the need arises, or as the need is about to arise, if your town leaders are intelligent. But what's going on in Springfield is crazy, dude. It's absolutely insane. You know what I mean? It says in Northeast Ohio, in Portage County, east of Akron, I mean, I've heard of Akron, but I couldn't put it on a map. A local sheriff is having to answer questions about a social media post. Oh, Lord in heaven. Please, please, please. Oh. In the Facebook post, Portage County Sheriff Bruce Zukowski calls on people to write down the addresses of residents who publicly support presidential candidate Kamala Harris. The reason the sheriff says if Harris wins the election and more migrants arrive, they will illegal migrants. Man, this is what I get so mad about, man. When you say the word migrant, you're acting like people came here legally and now they're giving them a tough time out of racism or xenophobia or whatever you want to call it, you know? And it's not that, dude. I mean, I don't know the guy. And, I don't know the guy. But from this post, it doesn't look like that's what the guy meant. That's not what the guy intended, you know? It says Bruce Zukowski calls on... Oh, no, we went on that. The reason the sheriff says if Harris wins the election and more migrants arrive, they will already have the addresses of their new families who support their arrival. WKYC-TV in Cleveland reached out to the sheriff's office for comment, but did not receive a response back. Okay, whatever, buddy. Anyways, the very offensive tweet. Let's see, and I'm being sarcastic as hell in case you didn't pick up on it. When people ask me what's going to happen if the flip-flopping laughing hyena wins, I say write down all the addresses of the people who had her signs in their yards. So when the illegal human locust, which she supports, need places to live, will already have the addresses of their new families who supported their arrival. So he put an extra the there. I don't... Dude, again, Cuban, migrant, obviously. I guess you could kind of get mad at the fact that he called people, these Haitians, locusts. But, dude, they come over, they take over a town, they devour the resources, and because they have no permanent roots set down in Springfield, they could just move over to another town and do it all over again. And the left doesn't care, bro. They don't care because look at New York City, look at Los Angeles. Two beacons, two gigantic examples of what democratic policies give you. They are hellholes, okay? New York is probably it's not a little. It's better than Los Angeles because Los Angeles sucks, dude. Like when you get out of the rich neighborhoods, nah, bro. There's I mean even in the rich neighborhoods now they're saying I haven't gone to LA lately, but even in the rich neighborhoods now they're saying that they're everywhere. The illegal immigrants and the homeless people are everywhere. So you can't count on the left to do anything about this problem because they're hoping that the illegal immigrants can become regular citizens, right? So that they can vote for them. Because that's the whole reason, dude. This is about power. This isn't about being a humanitarian or anything like that. This is only about power. And that's the thing to remember, you guys. And I guess that's it. This article wasn't very long, but the one on NBC, if you guys want to check it out. As a matter of fact, hold on, because I have it here, I think. Where is it, dude? Oh, wow. A bunch of places are reporting on this now. Oh, I'm sure Yahoo. Let's see. I'm sure this is going to be... I'm sure this is going to be super objective, right? An Ohio sheriff told people to write down the addresses of anybody who supports Democratic nominee Kamala Harris, sparking fear and division among residents in Portage County, located 30 miles south of Cleveland. Oh, Lord. The posts have been shared over 200 times and have amassed chaos in the comments section, which Zukowski has now limited. It's not the first time Zukowski has been involved in controversy since he first took office 3 years ago. Wow, so they not only are framing it to make him look like a racist or anything like that, but they're giving examples of why he's a racist. Let's see. It's not the first time Zukowski's been involved in controversy, blah, blah, blah. In 2021, he criticized Cleveland's Major League Baseball team for changing its name from the Indians to the Guardians. Yeah. A move long advocated for by Native American groups. That's BS. As many Native American groups that said, oh, it's offensive, I'm sure that as many, if not more, said, don't change it, dude. It's just a name. Because you know what? For starters, and I remember reading a little bit about that. For starters, some Native Americans were happy about the Indians because they felt themselves in there, which I've said this before on this channel. Don't look for validation of yourself from other people. Okay? Don't do that. And I say that as a person that I'm always constantly seeking validation, dude, And I'm honest and open enough to admit that. It's hard, But don't seek validation from other people, man. Just don't. The validation should come from inside, and if you believe, from God, But let's see, what else did he do? And the thing is, whatever. The Cleveland Indians thing is retarded. Excuse me for using that word. Last year, the Portage County NAACP also accused Zukowski's department of disproportionately targeting minority drivers. All right, I'm also a former police officer, as you guys probably know. And the thing is that if they put you in a neighborhood, as an example, if they put you in a neighborhood that night to patrol, because that's kind of how it works, they tell you where to go. You don't just go. Even as a deputy sheriff, I couldn't just go wherever I wanted without, telling my sergeant where I was going, or my corporal. At some point, my department, my squad got a corporal. Then they help out, the sergeants. Not all departments have corporals, though. Sergeants are much more common. This is crazy. So what ends up happening is if they put you in a neighborhood that has, let's say, and these neighborhoods exist, that have 85% black people. Yeah, they're the minority, but in that neighborhood, they're the majority. They're not a minority in that neighborhood. So if you're just pulling over people for whatever reason, and you're giving tickets, obviously, it's going to show up as more black people getting tickets, and why are you writing 60% of your tickets to black people? Dude, because I patrol a neighborhood that is 85% black, as an example, and this happens, dude. This even in Miami, you have your neighborhoods where it's like 90% black. Residents in Portage County were surprised and fearful after Zukowski's latest post. Oh, give me a break, bro. I shouldn't have read this because this is getting me angry. Oh, gosh. Before he limited the comments, users had replied with the names and addresses of Portage County residents who were displaying Harris Wall signs. All right, that's not cool. I'm going to say it on, for that's not cool, because people like Ryan Wesley Ralph and Crooks, they're not well in the head, dude. Look, evolutionarily speaking, the most anti-evolution thing that you can do is kill yourself or put yourself in a position where it's like for sure you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? That the whole purpose of behind evolution, if we're gonna believe evolution, which I have my doubts, to be honest with you, but if we're gonna believe it, we have to believe that evolution means the prolonging of your species, right? Leads to the prolonging of your species. Killing yourself is obviously super anti, evolution. And putting people in a position where they can be targeted by lunatics. And don't get me wrong, there hasn't been one MAGA extremist that has tried to assassinate Kamala Harris, Obama, Joe Biden, any of them. Nobody has tried to assassinate these people. And but it could happen, because do I doubt that there's somebody in the MAGA movement who is not right in the head? No, man, there has to be, just statistically speaking. So yeah, that's not cool. That doxing isn't cool. I have a sign in my yard. One Frightened resident told the Portager, "Our sheriff is asking MAGA to write down our addresses. This is not normal, and it is scary." Dude, I think it was kind of facetious, the tweet that he let out. I think you guys are taking it really hard because you guys are Harris supporters. So that kind of speaks for itself. You're a snowflake. But yeah, I get it. I don't think it's a big deal, but getting doxxed sucks. Zukowski's threat, oh my gosh, even prompted Portage County Commissioner Tony, Badalamenti to resign from the Republican Central Committee. Lying, mistrust, and bullying misleading people are against my beliefs, Badalamenti said in a video posted to Facebook after the committee refused to condemn Zukowski's comments. To me, the damage which this group of folks have done to the Republican Party is heartbreaking. Dude, Tony, take 2 Advil and call me in the morning, bro. Oh my God, what a pansy, dude. Whatever. Anyways, that's the video, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the links, in the about section of the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, thanks for hanging out, and as always, stay safe and stay based.